Today I'm going to show you guys the most insane fun army that has ever existed in Clash of Clans. And if your jaw doesn't drop watching some of these attacks, Hooked will buy you pizza. I mean, he didn't say that, but maybe. Okay, so let me show you the attack. So basically, this attack is centered around getting a massive fireball. And that's actually what makes the attack so fun. So we're going to start off with the Warden Walk. We're going to use some rocket balloons as well as some invisibility spells in order to get the fireball in the middle, juicy part of the base, right? While this attack wraps up though, let me go ahead and talk about some of the success that I've had with it. I've been using it pretty much exclusively for the past few months. And I've had 3 perfect CWLs in a row. 2 of those are in Champion 1. I've probably had 15 or so perfect days in Legends League with this army. I got to rank number 3 in the world for a little bit with this army as well. So not only is the attack just awesome and a ton of fun, and I never get sick of it, but it's also very good. Okay, so now that we're getting closer to the middle of the base, I'm going to start looking around a little bit at which defenses do I need to make invisible, because I want to hit that scatter shot. That's going to get me the Town Hall, the CC, Ricochet Cannon, all of those other buildings in that area. Okay, so let's go ahead. That should be good. Fireball, 3 Earthquakes is what we need, and then we're going to use the Giant Arrow to snipe the Town Hall just like that. And now, we don't even have to worry about that toxic core. The whole core of the base that's designed to stop Root Riders is gone. And that's actually one of the reasons this army is so good. I'm going to deploy my Smash, and we're going to hopefully get this funnel good enough to where they kind of ring around the outside of the base. I'm going to use a drill because I'm hoping that it will open up some of the walls where the junctions are. But anyway, all of the bases in Legends League and War and CWL right now are almost exclusively meant to counter the Root Riders. So you get these really toxic cores or the double invis bases that are really annoying to deal with, but this army just hard counters those. It is so good against those. Okay, I'm going to put some balloons here to distract the monolith for a second. Let's go ahead and put our Warden down. Okay. Oh, perfect. Drill went middle. That's actually really good because then it'll get that scatter shot and then I don't have to worry about it. Okay, how do we deal with the king? Let's get that. All right, king should be good. Okay, we're gonna get that scatter. Everything's coming around. I still have a lot of cleanup troops, and I'm starting to realize that we're gonna probably be able to swag our royal champion and 3 spells this raid. That's insane. So you guys can just see how good this army actually is, and I'll do some live hits in just a little bit so that I can show you guys, like the Legends League, I mean, so that it's not a base that I've ever seen before. But this army is honestly so fun and so good, and I'm hoping that you guys can kind of take to it as well. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a replay from my last war. I use a wall breaker here, by the way, just to test for a Tesla, make sure that I can just put my Warden down and just launch the fireball immediately without it going a different direction. And then I'm going to use a cool spiky ball trick on the left-hand side of the base to get rid of that invis tower so that I don't have to worry about those defenses being invisible for the whole raid. I make those buildings invisible to direct the spiky ball, and then I use the extra earthquakes that I normally would use on the town hall on that section. It doesn't get all of the buildings, but it does a good enough job, weakens them all. I'm going to snipe the rest of those buildings with a couple of rocket balloons later, you'll see. Now, there's a whole lot that goes into this attack that it's hard to cover in a video like this, so if you guys are interested in more videos on this attack, or maybe even a masterclass, let us know in the comments, and we're happy to do that. I just want to showcase this base specifically because I want to show that it's not always necessary to snipe the town hall with the giant arrow and the fireball, and you can use it on different sections of the base, right? Because on this one you would have gotten the CC and a couple of expos and things, but you definitely get a lot more value by getting rid of those compartments on the side that are invisible. And as we come up to the rest of this attack, you can see there are still some defenses and things left, but at this moment, everything's pretty much cleared up. And we're just worried about cleanup at this point. Royal Champion's going to get the Eagle and then kind of work her way up. With this attack, time is almost never an issue. Every once in a while, like if the Warden dies early or things kind of path weird and the funnel's not very good, sometimes I'll have to worry about time, but I'll just kind of deploy cleanup troops as I go, and then I don't have to worry about it too much. But you can see I swag 4 spells. This attack is just so good. It counters all of the meta bases right now, so it's honestly insane. Okay, so let's jump into a live Legends League hit so I can show off the army a little bit live where it's not scripted or anything, so you guys can kind of see the potential of the army. So let's see. Ooh, we get a good base. This one, we're going to try and take out that entire core with the fireball. We might not get the Inferno on the far side, but I'm going to aim for this bottom Inferno tower here. And I'm going to try and look for, what I'm looking for right now is there a way where I can hit the town hall with the queen very easily? Yeah, I can just stick her on either the far left or the far right because those buildings are lined up exactly right into the corner, right? Not at the corner, but you know what I mean. Let's put our warden down so that we can start clearing some of the side defenses and then worry about how we're going to invis. I need to get rid of a few of these defenses here so that I can make the invisibility part of this a little bit easier. I'm trying to think exactly how I'm going to do this right now. I might have to just oh, of course there's a dragon. Usually you don't have to worry about dragons too much. The only CC that I'm really worried about with my warden is the ice golems because he takes forever to get rid of ice golems. But dragons, usually not that big an issue. You can see he can just 1v1 the dragon really quickly, and it honestly kind of slows things down a little bit and lets me plan a little bit more too. So let's do that. Let's take advantage. We're going to get rid of this air defense, and then he's going to focus on the royal champion or the gold storage or something. Okay, well, we got to make sure that we don't... Let's invis the warden real quick. That way we know we don't die. Get to the gold storage. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Put the queen down. We got it. Okay, we got the combo off. I'm going to put the king here with the siege barracks by the queen, and we're going to put our smash in that direction as well. I'm going to use the spiky ball kind of early because I want those defenses weakened, and we're going to use the royal champion there as well. Really wish that my king was smart enough to follow everything. Okay, we've got all of our smash going in the right direction now. This invisibility tower is going to be kind of a pain. Okay, well, we got rid of it before everything got there, which is kind of nice. I just need to keep my queen alive. Let's do that. Let's just freeze the ricochet cannon. That way I know my queen gets a little bit more value. And once these walls are broken into, we're going to rage this whole area here and start kind of looking at how we're going to deal with things on the back end. I've got my royal champion ability still in 2 rages. I would like to keep my queen alive if possible. Okay, are the root riders still alive? They are. They're going to break through those walls. Okay, this should be good. The queen might die, but that's okay at this point. We're going to use the royal champion ability, and the rest of this base should be done. Let's see. We're going to just wall break this little junction here if we can. By the way, I put those little wall breakers in there to test for Teslas and things if I need to. We're going to swag a rage in the middle of this guy's base too. You can see once you clear out that middle of the base, there's really not a whole lot left that you need to do. But getting rid of that entire toxic core where root riders normally ring around it just sets you up for success. Okay, let's do one last Legends League hit and see if we can come up with a good plan for it. So I think I'm going to try and use the fireball on one of those 2 invisibility sections, and then I'm going to try and do the spiky ball trick again. Let's go ahead and snipe some of these defenses. Sometimes if the defenses are all kind of at the end like this and there's not a whole lot of trash buildings other than that, I'll delay putting my warden down because I don't want him to travel super far into the base or clear around from where I'm trying to work with. So let's go ahead and get a couple of these. I will put him down now, and then once the wizard tower dies, we are okay to use the fireball. Okay, that gets rid of that whole area. We do have a witch, and that's why we bring the Electro Titan. The Electro Titan is purely there to help deal with the CC. But let's go ahead and let's send our king here first, and we'll get him to kind of do the trick on the other side. That witch, I wish, would come towards the, there we go. Now we can put the E-Titan down. Hopefully they'll get that witch now. Okay, let's put the, once we get a couple more buildings down with the king here, we're going to invis. Okay, that should get rid of some of those. And then I think I want to actually, do I want a log launch? Or maybe I just use a drill. We're going to use a drill. Okay, Warden basically handled the CC by himself, which is really nice. Can I get that ricochet cannon? No, probably not. Let's rage. I'm going to actually use my queen ability now just so I have the healers that are going to help. And then let's get some of these defenses in the back end to kind of help funnel things towards the eagle there. The drill's going to help out opening walls too. And then I'm going to just look for what I need to do on the back end to get the town hall. And I kind of just need to be patient at the moment. Hopefully the drill will open up this wall, and it does. And we should be able to just kind of keep raging everything right here. And I've got a bunch of invisibility spells left over, so I can keep this whole area invisible so they don't have to take damage. Let's make sure we get that ricochet cannon. I don't know where everything's going now, But let's just keep everything raged up and healthy, and we're going to see if we can swag our Royal Champion. And a couple of spells too. So, I swagged my Royal Champion in the example just to kind of show off how good this army was. But you can just see, like, I'm swagging my Royal Champion and some spells in a live Legends League hit too. This army is just honestly so good. It's crazy. Look at that. Okay, and we're going to use the extra wall breakers that are just meant for Teslas on this area so that everything can get out and have access to the rest of the base. And this is honestly demolished. And I have a special tool that nobody else uses but me so that I can celebrate when things like this happen. You see that?
That was easy.
That's right. We use that button all the time when I do my Legends hits. So we're going to swag the Royal Champion and 3 spells. All right, this army's just so good.